Good morning, all. My name is Marie, and my business is called Time to Sparkle and Shine. And I work with, help, support, and mentor amazingly powerful, intuitive women who see the world a little bit differently and who are rediscovering their sense of self and their sense of power that they have within them. They know that there's more to life than the one that they're leading, and they're ready, willing, and able to step up and to step into that power that they already feel within them, but maybe haven't connected with. So powerful. Today, I'm going to talk about fear. Fear is my forte. It's what I know and I'm familiar with, but it's also what I recognize, and I recognize in others. From a global point of view, what we're going through is an evolution of man, of taking control, of being self-empowered, of being seeing the bigger picture, of being tuning into your abilities, seeing the greater good. And it's also not being governed in fear. So it's changing from fear to love. But at the moment, what's happening is that a situation has been created, and it has been purported, and people are bombarded with the message that they're not safe, and they're not safe and secure. And because it's something invisible, then it's very, very hard to fight it. And of course, therein lies the fear and also the power that it controls. So we have a situation in the world where we have a lot of fear, and a lot of the messages that are going out are totally fear-based. We can certainly feel it here in Ireland because we are we have a government that's totally fear-based, and it's all about, a bit like, I think we all know people that are helicopter parents, and in doing that they try to control in an ability to keep everybody safe, but that is not possible. So it's not possible to keep everybody safe, but also your safety and your security is the feeling that's within you. It's not from the outside. And I think that's part of the problem, that people feel that if they enforce something on it, that it'll make you feel safe. But in fact, it doesn't. What it does is it actually makes people feel controlled. And fear, you can use it for a while. And it can control people for a while. But a bit like the helicopter parenting, what happens then after that is that people will start to rebel, because those will see it for what it is, that it's fear-based. And they really don't want to live like that. They don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be manipulated. They want to live in love and harmony with their fellow man. And that's not what's happening at the moment. So I probably will find, or probably what I can say is that the revolution will rise, because people will not want to live in a world where they are told that their world is not safe, and that they're in fear. They're not going to want that. But also they know in their heart and soul that there is a bigger picture, that there's something else. There is a love, a power, a community that when it comes together transcends fear. And you can live in a world that is not fearful. You can live in a world that's filled with love. You can live in a world where you can amplify your love and spread it around like a beacon of light. So those are the energy from the times that we're living in from an energetic point of view. That's pretty much what's happening. We are in a time of change. And the energy around at the moment is very much on standing up, of standing in your power, of being seen, of being heard, of being listened to, and regardless the set of circumstances, because the reality is what's happening is a small part of the picture. The bigger picture is the catalyst that it's bringing in to change us and to change our lives and to do what it is that we're here to do, to stand up for what it is that we believe in, to say what you think, to say what you feel. And these are things that I feel in my gut that are happening, that I see and feel and sense from what I see in the world around me. It is definitely an exciting time to be alive. We are living in exciting times. If we take the fear out of it, we have never been on such a growth spurt, probably since the wars. And this, is a different type of war, so it is. And it is a war of such, as in there's old energies and new energies that are coming together. The old energies are finding it hard to let go. The newer energies coming in are flexing their muscles and getting a sense of who they are and what it is that they want to achieve. So that's basically where it is, where we are at the moment. The new energies coming in are destined for success. I know that, I sense that, I feel that. So at the moment, it's a bit like the in a rocky boat, so that it is, this is where the rockiness comes in. But in the rockiness, it sometimes, it's like I have a saying, you have to shake up to wake up. And there's a lot of that's happening at the moment. So for us here in Ireland, it will be interesting to see how it pans out. Everybody is doing and following their own guidance. And there's an important lesson in that. There are those that might never thought of protesting that are going to stand up and say no. There are those that are going to be happy to continue with the status quo, and that's fine too. But the fear that are in our leaders needs to be transmuted. It needs to be changed. They need to be more in tune with the energy of love and not fear. I was listening to Kerry Kelly this morning, Dr. Kerry Kelly. I haven't really, I've heard her once or twice. And she's speaking from a scientific background about why she thinks what's happening at the moment is not in alignment with what it is for the bigger picture. And she's taking it from a doctor and a scientific point of view, and I'm taking it from slightly different from an energetic point of view. So we both would be of the same opinion that the resistance to change in the higher ups and the feeling of fear that's governed them needs to change. And we need more balance and more debate. We need to bring more feminine energy, actually, if I can be honest, into it, because it's very masculine, and the masculine energy is all about it's my way or the highway, or you do as I say. And those would be very much a governing energy that would be over the last couple of 100 years. But because it is changing, anything that's dying out always hangs on for dear life. And that's what's happening at the moment. So don't worry about that. That it will, in fact, sort itself out. But it sorts itself out when you embrace who you are, when you allow yourself not to be governed by fear, but to be governed by love. The love that you have within you. Start with love for yourself. Expand it out for your family and to your friends, your towns, your cities, and your country. We live in glorious times, and the fear, we can do something about it. We don't actually have to live in it. We've all come against situations where if you look at it one way, that you don't see any hope. But if you change your perspective, hope is there, as is love, as is connection, as is power, synchronicity, joy, happiness. And who doesn't want to live in a world where that is happening? So we certainly are living in interesting times. We need more balance in our government. We need more insight, understanding. We need a different perspective. But there are people out there whose job they will step into that will fulfill these roles, because everybody has a role like that. And if we come from heart, then it just changes everything. So it does. So for all of you that are out there and feeling fearful, there's something we can do about that. Regardless of what's happening in the government and in the country, your fear you can work on. And it really will transform your life when you let go of those shackles. Historically in Ireland, we do have a history of being governed, of being dictated to. So it's not an energy that's very comfortable with us. And it's what sent us all over the world, so it did. So it's also going to be a guiding energy for us going forward, of standing up for rights, of the ability to respect your fellow man and respect yourself. So regardless of whether you believe, you have your own perspective of what's happening in the world at the moment, this is my view on what it is that's happening energetically. It's seeing a bigger picture. So the conflict allows us that catalyst for us to change, for us to embody who we are, for us to be happy, to be content, at peace, to be filled with love, and to allow our love to influence others, not our fear. It is a remarkable time. You are here for a reason. You are unique, and you are here to fulfill the destiny, your destiny. Really, really powerful times. So this video is a little bit different from what it is that I would normally do, but the push for me to go and talk about what the bigger picture is, and it might give you a little bit of insight and understanding of what it is that's actually happening, and why old energy and new energies are in conflict, and why if you're feeling that new energy that's lighted within you, that's the reason why you're here. So a hug of love from me to you, Marie, my heart to yours. Time to sparkle and shine.